I played World of Warcraft since the early days, and over the time I grew to learn to love the competitive side of the game, and especially certain classes that weren't out when the game first launched, like Blood Death Knight. But because of when I started and how important this game has been to me for my entire adult life, the number one thing I will always love about this game is the actual world of Warcraft. Exploring and just kind of spending time in that world is without question my favorite thing to do, which might come as a surprise to somebody who's constantly doing Mythic Plus, constantly talking about Blood Death Knight. I think a lot of people out there who are playing in the competitive avenues really just completely disregard the actual video game they're playing. They have no real interest in it. But between the music and the atmosphere and the quests and also the collectibles, there is so much to do outside of instances or even outside of the current expansion. And that is what Dragonflight is doing the absolute best right now. They have demonstrated a recommitment to the basics of the game. Things like travel, things like professions, obviously classes constantly getting reworks and new talents and new specialization added in the middle of the season. But all that being said, the number one favorite addition from any expansion, all the things Dragonflight has added, my favorite thing ever is still what I'm going to show you in this video today. A lot of you guys probably didn't see this because Wowhead's just like spamming out articles about Diablo 4 on top of all the WoW news, but they have brought back absolutely iconic content that was, in my opinion, erroneously removed. I will quickly tell you the brief story about why it was removed. In Cataclysm, seemingly they thought the content that was originally there from Classic was no longer suitable for the long term, and I understand why. A lot of it was incoherent and poorly made, but it was charming, and obviously it sparked the discussion that ultimately led to WoW Classic, which is now a major revenue stream for Blizzard. So to me, this looks like a really dumb decision. Like, I would go on the record saying that it is the worst decision Blizzard development has ever made. But they basically just started removing anything that was old and ancient in the game. And it didn't actually start with Cataclysm. The first major aggression towards this topic was actually the removal of Naxxramas. The classic Naxxramas was not one that was heavily done successfully by the player base at the time. It was considered incredibly difficult. Obviously, by today's standards, it's still a walk in the park. But at the time, with less information and worse computers and just kind of less time to play, I think a lot of people didn't play as often as they do now. It was a very hard environment. The quote we always heard back in Wrath was that less than 1% of the player base actually killed the boss in Naxxramas. Who knows how true that is, but regardless, they remade the raid for Wrath of the Lich King, and it makes complete sense because the physical structure of Naxxramas was vital to the Lich King's presence. But in so doing, they removed it from Eastern Plaguelands and removed all the content that came with it. You might be used to the raids currently where they're pretty much self-contained instances. They have content surrounding them, but it's not mandatory, like you can just walk in. Back in Classic, in order to actually enter raids, you had content that you had to do. It's called attunements. And the part of the attunement for Naxxramas that was so crucial was having reputation with a very important reputation. Still, with it came incredibly important content because the Ardent Dawn was like a huge lore force of Azeroth. The fight against the Lich King and the Scourge was crucial to Warcraft 3, all the way through World of Warcraft, all the way through Wrath of the Lich King, all the way through Shadowlands. It's one of the most important bad guys in any video game ever, and for them to just remove huge swaths of storyline involving its original placement in Azeroth is insanely reckless to me. So they did that with Naxxramas, and then in MoP, they actually do the same thing with Scholomance. Flash forward to today, I would say 99.9% of that content is now back in the game. All thanks to patch 10.1.5, like crazy, right? In the middle of an expansion that has nothing to do with the Scourge, they returned content that has been gone for so long that people probably didn't even know it was gone. And the coolest thing, they re-added the entire instance of Scholomance. Like MoP took the old instance out and replaced it. Now there's two Scholomance instances, one for the classic version and one for the MoP version. I love it. One of my favorite dungeons ever, and all the stuff from that is back. Obviously, is the instance to go do and the collection of that as well, and just exploring it too, maybe for the first time. But all the quests that were associated with it are also now back in terms of rewards, and you can get those in a lot of different collection avenues now as well. So I don't have time to go through all of this. Wowhead has all kinds of articles on this. I would definitely recommend checking it out. It is an exhaustive, expansive addition to this game. I have 5 hours of me just unlocking this stuff, like literally 5 hours, and I did not even get a single item that I actually wanted yet. That's how expansive this is. I put all of that into a playlist because frankly, it's just worth preserving. This moment is a triumph for me. This is something I've been asking for from Blizzard for years. Since Classic came out, I basically been begging them. I'm like, you have all the stuff there, just copy paste it back over to this game. Obviously, ideally, I'd like for them to just return the classic Azeroth to the game. You could use the Chromie time feature, whatever you need to do. The questing, the content, just the music and the atmosphere of the old zones is unmatched. I love the modern version of the game, but Cataclysm is not the best example of questing in this game, and a lot of those zones just get ruined. They're so much better in Classic. Now, Western and Eastern Plaguelands, not really in that boat to me. I like the current versions. I think they're more modern and they're pretty solid, but obviously the Scourge stuff is vastly different in Cataclysm because that's after Arthas is already dead. So the storylines start to take on a completely different feel. So I really think if there's any two zones that need to be, it should be those two. And they didn't do that here, but they're close. They're putting back content in that is iconic. And most importantly, you can get all the crazy transmog. You could even get a new mount. There's so much content in Naxxramas now, dude. You could literally spend hours and hours. And probably most interestingly, it's like heavily encouraging alts. Like you can go in there on an army of alts. Every single thing is BOA now. You could spend hundreds of hours in Naxxramas this week on every character on your account. As long as he's like level 36 or something like that, he can go in there and one-shot it. You could make characters just for this, level characters just for this. It is hard to explain how interesting this content is because like you can't really do that in Mythic Plus, right? Like no matter how much time you have on your hands, you can't really be doing Mythic Plus on like 30 characters. And it's always in the same dungeons. Like you're focused on Dragonflight, you're doing the Dragonflight pathways. But when you're transmog farming, when you're exploring old content, it doesn't have the same rules. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to have the character be geared. You don't have to spend massive amount of time on a single character to do it. All you're after is the output. And I think that is the core formula of WoW. It's not ever meant to be this directed on one character doing one piece of content. When World of Warcraft launched, it was about the world. It was about the exploration. It was about the interaction with the world and the story and the way it all came together. And this like kind of world of instance craft that we play now, it has lost a lot of that charm. So without question, I bring to you my favorite 5 hours I've ever spent in this game. The most interesting addition they have ever added to World of Warcraft at any era of the game, because not only is it restoring things that should have never been taken away from us in the first place, things that are beloved and cherished and crucial to understanding the original plot lines of the game, but it actually adds a new coat of paint to really, really old content. So much content in here. Wait till you see some of the clips for this. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get to our destination, which right now is Scholomance. So there's a bunch of new stuff out. I'm just reading this for the first time, and it is probably like the most excited I've been for any WoW thing in a long time. Like, I love WoW, obviously, but man, this is what I've been missing. If they can do this for every piece of content in the game, I will oh no. At the top left portion of the room, you'll be able to loot the first item of the secret, Eva's femur. Do we have to do this first? Let's try it. Wait, you aren't the butcher? Has the cycle of torment finally ended? Time and time again I am forced to relive the memory of the butcher. I do not understand why you appeared in his visage, but I am grateful that the cycle has been broken, even if it's just this once. I stashed my journal away where I thought it would never be found. I began to keep detailed records of what had happened here. Some of the atrocities were far, far worse than the words I chose to describe them. The world needs to know, so nothing like that ever happens again. And yet there is still so much left unsaid, so much I couldn't bear to write. Find my journal, Metro. Find it, and gather 5 candles of Citadel. Bring them and something else that once belonged to me to a quiet place upstairs. Citadel is not as abandoned as it may seem at first glance. I suspect you may need to negotiate with the dead to acquire the candles. Take this, Metro. It is a piece of our own essence. It will allow you to communicate with the other lost souls. Please, hurry. Thank you, Eva. Inert spectral essence infused with 5 essence of Undeath and 3 dark runes. Is there anything downstairs? Yeah, there's one downstairs. I love the Scarlet Crusade mog with the whole theme of this. What do the young kids say? It's a vibe. Which I think means vibration or something. Not sure, but it's a good thing I know that. I've heard them express it fondly. Yeah, these respawn mad quick too. We did it. Okay. Allows communication with the deceased of Citadel. And now there's just a bunch of NPCs. Some of them can be talked to. Can't you see we're trying to prepare for Uther's visit? Magnus Frostwake. This guy has patterns or something, doesn't he? Yep. So these are back in the game too, right? There was something relevant here back in the day, I believe. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so she's the one who wants... I actually already have this. The road ahead. A gorgeous painting of the road leading out of Corrin's Crossing. The signature Ren phrase carefully inscribed. This was the person for the In Dreams questline, I'm pretty sure. There's Rory McIlroy down there. And so he wants undelivered shipment of smokes, a crate of the finest cigars Urzra Grimm had to offer. And that's funny because that used to be Frost the Obby, right? That dude ain't getting references anymore. Okay, so where is this? Over here, I think? To the right of the entrance of the corridor that leads to Dark Master Ganling. Or what? It was behind the other books, that's why it's hard to see. These guys are here for a reason. Undoubtedly. Yeah, this is the room, yeah. It's just this thing that I'm about to do is what puts the item in here. Oh god, that's cool looking. Damn, that's awesome. The battered cover of this enchanted journal opens upon your approach. Read the grim history of Skullmans. Yes, this is so cool. This is such a good fucking addition to the game. Oh, so 30. Oh shit. Oh my god, this is so awesome, dude. This is what I've always fucking wanted for this game, man. Let's get started. What are we actually supposed to do in here, though? There's like a reason to be in here. Wait, new Skullman's recipes? There are also many recipes from Skullman's to craft weapons resembling unobtainable items. What? On the first bone pile to the left, you'll see a cracked Ardent Dawn commission. Will I now? There it is. And yeah, that's immediately an issue. 4 true silver bars. All right, so I think we have to shift to the other character now. Do I have anything in here? Oh shit! Look, I already have the Scourge Stones. But they're grays now. The old Arden Dawn commission. This is my first character ever. I actually have a Primal Hikari girdle still to be turned in as well. Bunch of stuff that's like, yeah, so this is the more interesting stuff. I have the entire set that's not in the game anymore. This character was wearing it when the Cataclysm happened. Oh yeah, there's a chest, yeah. As you might notice, I have the Lordaeron Tabardon as well. I made a guild just for that. But yeah, here's the mother load, as they would say. But I don't think I have any righteous orbs, yeah. But I definitely have true silver bars. So like they added so much content to the game, and this is crazy. Like the ZG one is pretty good too. If you've never seen it, I've never done it personally, just because there wasn't any reason for me to do it. Like I really don't like the old or the new ZG. It's just not interesting to me. The main thing was like the patterns just don't, like they're just not patterns I want. This though, on the other hand, this is a lot more interesting because it's got so much more. First of all, it got so much more content. This will go kill all the trash in them too. Maybe you have to like walk. You probably not even just kill them. You have to. Yeah, you see? I had to walk close enough to it and then it spawned. Alright, that's a weird bug. The Scourge Stone in your hands feels as real as everything else in this memory. It chills your very bones as it rests in the palm of your hands. While it may be a relic of time, the Ardent Dawn should nonetheless be made aware of its existence. The ritual conducted upon Eve's journal may have greater consequences than either of you anticipated. That's so cool, man.
Well met. Light bless you.
A Scourge Stone? I don't understand. How did you ever find this? After all we had done here and upon Northrend? No, it does not matter. I will take it off your hands and ensure its destruction, Blitz. Surely, this is one of the last in existence. Surely. If it happens that you find others like this, bring them to me as well. I hope with all our sakes, this is the last we will ever speak of this. Oh, wait, what is that?
Be careful.
Hunter, that's useless. Should have saved that. Oh, that's interesting. Archived crafting techniques? What is that? Okay, so it says head to the entrance, don't enter, instead use your ward and turn to the left. If done correctly, you'll see a dread ward of Naxxramas. Oh, we did get a Scourge Stone just now. Okay, cool. Forget it. Yep, there it is. Okay, so now we have 5 minutes to go do the other shit. Dude, I don't. Bubble. Oh, the buff's gone. What do we have to reset this and do it all again now? Wow, that's kind of fucked. You can't bubble. Gotta kill all the venom belchers, and then yeah, this is like really hard to do. That's gonna be super close. And then this shit's gonna come out. It just takes too long. All of this shit takes too long. God, this is gonna be so fucking close. That's it, right? 20 seconds. Do we just need to get in here? I don't actually know what we have to do. We have to use Stratholme Holy Water, I think. Oh no, we use this. No. Oh, I see. And now we're done. As the hand of Naxxramas burns to a pile of ash, it is clear that recent events have escalated such that someone should be made aware of them. God, that was intense. That was like more intense than any Mythic Plus I've done.
Need help?
Frantically explain the recent event to Angela as though your life depends on it. Scourge stones, fleeing shades, murder mysteries in Cardero? While I appreciate your sense of urgency in a time seemingly so dire, I assure you that neither Kel'Thuzad nor the Lich King himself are of any threat to us now. I do admire your creativity and commitment to this story. If there is a shred of truth to what you were saying, I may be able to help you. Long ago, magical wards placed upon Naxxramas stymied our attempts to assault Kel'Thuzad's forces. Though I was able to conceal our army past them, I have since learned to dispel them should the need ever arise. I will confess my disbelief of your story. However, if you are so devoted to this investigation, I will enchant your insignia so you may breach these barriers yourself for a price. Alright, yeah, we got 20,470 rep, which makes me think that we probably got more than we needed. Oh, no, it's on the dot. On our way now, fellas. Where do we go back to? Oh, yeah, we go back here. That's right. Naxxramas, the Dread Citadel. Pretty cool, man. I'm excited for this. So we're going to head in Nax for the first time now. You will feel a slight tinge blitz. That sensation means it's working. Once complete, you should be able to see whatever it is you believe you'll find.
See you around.
Wards of the Dread Citadel. Unlocks ancient secrets within Naxxramas. I'm not seeing anything like this. Do I have to like come out and come back in? Oh, I had to use it. So now it's account wide. I thought it was an item that I had to click to use. Oh, I see. It's like directly above.
Do not continue. Turn back while there's still time.
What do you mean? Let's do this. Damn, that you gotta be right on the edge. Holy shit, really? Wow, you gotta be right on the edge for that. That's pretty nuts. And there's this fella. Now we have to do something with him. Once you reach the NPC, he will be sleeping, bored of life. You can try and poke at him, but that won't do much. To wake him up, toss a Stratholm holy water on him. Once Zacket wakes up and berates you, he'll give you a quest, which requires you to collect the following things. Oh, we need more dark runes. Fuck. Oh, and we need black coffee. Jesus Christ. Oh, frozen rune. What? There they are again. Has that always been there? That was not always there, right? Probably more in here than we even, like, people even know right now. I have this theory that Blizzard creates these secrets and they like lead people with like small breadcrumbs. Like, oh, we accidentally told you, or we accidentally allowed this one thing to be data mined. Oh, well, maybe you'll figure it out. But they keep things in the secrets that are not data mineable that you actually have to figure out when it goes live. So you don't have this lead, this head start on it. You know what I mean? And people get so consumed with this part of it, like I'm doing, they don't look for the secrets. So then, like, months later, you find out some of the stuff that you had no idea was even a thing. And I guarantee you that's happening in here because they spent so much friggin' time on this. It's insane, right? Like, this is so much content here. In the first room in the military. Yes, this is, like, exactly how it went in Classic, too. Yeah, the guy's right over there. Okay, Wilhelm, if you're reading this, the first adventurer I sent to you has perished, as have I, finally. I want you to know that my dying thoughts revolved around you and this ineptitude and trained skills. About the book, these are the rest of my recipes. Please share them with someone more capable. Alas, I am sure you will keep them for yourselves and charge a hefty fee for your services, because, after all, you're a bastard. What the fuck? In disdain, Amarion. I don't get it, but okay, cool. So this one we just jump like this. I fucking missed again, man. Unbelievable, man. This is complicated. It's kind of wild how much actual three-dimensional space there is in this raid, though. Now that I'm thinking of this. Like, these pipes have always been here. They really made use of this space. This is really well done. Like I said, man, this is the blueprint moving forward. Like, they can do so much with this old content. Was this always the plan, to just try to make use of all the old content? And honestly, dude, like, I don't even, like, it's good. It's a good idea. People might say, like, oh, instead of making new content, they're just reusing the old content. But it's like, yeah, that's fine, dude. The old content's fucking amazing. It just looks like you need a speed booster. I can't not do it. This one we just gotta jump on this. Okay. We did it. That was definitely the hardest one so far. We have exactly enough to buy a pattern. Okay, cool. So let's go do that. We're gonna go buy a pattern, and then we will go back to Amarion and turn all these in, and that will be it. Then we will need to get, I really want to see what the patterns actually require, because then we gotta, like, that, I'll probably just, like, do that. Like, fuck it. Yeah, I will commit to doing that. Like, I'll go back to, like, a leveling challenge, and we will craft the rest of the stuff. Because that's what I wanted to do anyway. On this character was craft all this stuff. Okay, so time covered scroll. Reveal a random ancient recipe from Naxxramas. 12 exactly. Let's see what we get. Maybe we get the fucking mace. First try. How nuts would that be? Oh, it's not that mace though. Oh, so close. Whoa, 80 war-torn scraps. Holy shit. 12 frozen runes. This is intense. Enchanted thorium bars. What the fuck? This is like a heavy fucking pattern requirement. Alright, well, we're back in the blacksmithing game all of a sudden.
Hey there.
I have found lost pages. Or did we just do every single one at once? Okay, cool. Putting Wilhelm out of business. Who is Wilhelm? I don't... Like, what is that? Oh. There's the blacksmithing ones. Okay, cool. So we need 3. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Some nostalgia here, guys. I'll tell you what. All right, so man, thank you very much for watching this. We've now just unlocked every single thing. I'm pretty sure there's nothing else to unlock. Like, that's account wide. Now it's just to get the stuff that we actually want. I guess I'll probably just record me farming it. I don't know. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But Stay tuned. This playlist will have it. It's all going to be unlisted. So that is just a taste for what is in store for you if you choose to watch this 5+ hours of content that I put. It's going to be in the playlist down below. I'll pin the comment. It'll be in the description, whatever. 5 hours. I just have them unlisted. If you haven't seen, I've done a ton of leveling challenges. If you're new to the channel, I do a lot of content exploring the old world, enjoying content that is not max level. I love leveling challenges. I love exploration of the game, and I have kind of molded the two together into something I've called the Nomad Leveling Challenge. We try to adhere to principles of that in this little playthrough here, but it's really not. It's just me flying around and messing around. I just adore the concept of just kind of being at the ground level of the game and just exploring it, and that is what we're looking to seek here. So I'm probably going to keep recording my time in here because, like I said, man, this is so interesting to me. I just want to have it recorded just in case I ever want to look back at it. I want to make pretty much all the gear I can. I want to make like everything. If I could get every single pattern, I would, but I definitely want to make all the frost resistance gear. I want to get it all for plate, and then I'm thinking about getting it all for leatherworking as well, because one of the leveling challenges I did was a leatherworking only leveling challenge where I basically set myself a goal of getting every leatherworking pattern I possibly could and crafting every single item. So I'll probably do that too on that character. It is an absolute joy. If you have any interest in that or you have any questions about it, let me know, because especially if you didn't play back then, maybe you don't understand what any of this is. So let me know what you guys think about this. Stay tuned for more Mythic Plus content and stuff coming soon, but as of right now, I am enamored with what Blizzard is doing. Probably more to come. Makes me think 11.0 is certainly going to be pertaining to a revitalization of Azeroth.